have, for 4 weeks, actually it began about a week and a half ago, joining the spring flood to impeach Bush and Cheney. And they want us to flood our congressional representative's office during the 4-week period. And there'll be, some of the representatives will be here for the first 2 weeks. And that'll be Earl Blumenauer, Darlene Hooley, and David Wu. And it's easy to get their numbers if you do want to do that. And then the second 2 weeks, they'll be back in Washington, D.C., and we should try and contact them then, flood their offices with calls and emails, and tell them that impeachment should not be off the table. And let's see, they have this weekly protest. I forget what day that is. I think it's Thursday. Does anybody know that?
The impeachment one?
Yeah.
It's Thursdays from noon to 2.
Thursdays from noon to 2 at 729 Oregon Street. That's over by the Lloyd Center, I believe. Tonight there is commemorating the 4,000 U.S. soldiers to be killed in Iraq. There is an event at Jameson Square Park at, I believe it's at 7 p.m. Jameson Square Park. That's
Jameson, right over there, at the Pearl.
Yeah.
Marta Perez.
Tuesday, April 1st at 5:30, the PSU professors are trying to get better pay and better conditions for the work they do. There's a mobilization and fundraiser at the convention center. That's 5:30, April 1st at the convention center over on MLK Boulevard. And then also on April 1st at 6:30 at Fulham Lecture Hall at Reed College, there will be Palestinian activists who will be speaking, Mohammed Jaradat and Aitan Bronstein. So that's what I have for announcements. And I just wanted to say also that, I guess we've been wasting our time these last 5 or 6 years. Coming out here and demonstrating. And people like us, I guess we've been wasting our time. I mean, according to Dick Cheney, our input doesn't matter. I'm sure you heard about a week or so ago that when asked by an ABC News reporter what he thought about the fact that 2/3 of the American people don't believe in this war, he gave a one-word reply, so. And he elaborated a little bit saying that, they shouldn't be swayed by the winds of public opinion. I thought we had a representative government here. And really, it's just astounding what Cheney said, but I shouldn't be surprised after these past 7 years, the things he said and done. But still, when I hear that, it lays it plainer than anything else has, that they don't give a damn about the people they are supposed to serve. They serve us after all, not the other way around. So that's one more reason for impeachment as far as I'm concerned. And then also Dana Perino elaborated a little bit, saying that the public does have input, contrary to what she was saying. They do have input once every 4 years. I guess in between those periods, between those 4 years, what we think, what we say, what we want doesn't matter. Well, I beg to differ. It does matter. We're in a town that's one of the more progressive towns in the country. And I think we help keep it that way. And we should continue to do everything that we can to help keep it that way. We don't always see change when it's happening. But every little thing helps. So demonstrating, speaking out, it does matter. We may not see it, like I said, it may be like a toothpick trying to hold back the tide. But it matters. And after all, I've got nothing better to do than to try to stop this war. I think it's well worth the effort. So that's about all I have to say for tonight. Does anyone have any announcements?
Thanks for mentioning PSU.
Yeah.
Another vigil tonight, a little bit of freeway blogging taking place between 7 and 8, maybe 9 this evening on the North Alberta overpass over I-5. Anybody in that neighborhood, trot on down there and wave a sign, make a little noise.
Yeah, that's my neighborhood. When is it?
Tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah. All right.
Huh?
We're at
Alberta.
They're gonna have little signs out there.
No. Yesterday they finally got a decision from about Mumia, which is not all that pleasant. You know, Mumia is this. You can hear me? Back off. Okay, Mumia is this fellow accused of shooting a policeman. They had a little article about it in the Oregonian this morning. In the article they said the evidence is overwhelming. But it turns out the evidence is not overwhelming. The only thing they have to convict Mumia are kind of coerced witnesses who may or may not have seen anything.
Or been involved themselves.
The evidence indicates that maybe Mumia didn't do it. The most simple test a policeman has to take when they investigate a crime scene with a gun, the sniff test. Just sniff the gun. If the gun was fired, you can smell it. The police claim they didn't do it. My suspicion is they did do it, and it was totally negative. The other problem with the evidence is that Mumia had a .38 caliber gun, and Officer Faulkner was killed with a .45, and there's another problem. Anyway, there's a vigil tonight, Parish Front Park, 5 to 6. I think we might miss quite a bit of that. But it's, I mean, they seem to be wanting to put these people in jail. Poor Trey Arrow's on trial here. Brianna Winters has been convicted up there in Tacoma. I'm sure she's as innocent as Trey Arrow is. So I guess we go out and try and raise some consciousness. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for holding it there. Yeah.
Well, shall we get moving and try and warm up?
I'm here only for this week.
Yeah, sometimes we got drums and it's really loud and energetic. Italy, all right. You can still help us encourage impeachment and peace, right? Oh yeah. Yeah, get some good leadership in here. Honest.
What turned out to be normal after we invaded is a lot of bloodshed and violence. And that is on the upswing, you might say again. Over 220 Iraqis died yesterday. More Americans are dying again. The green zone has been shelled and mortared almost constantly. Yeah, things are getting back to normal. And this Bush thinks was worth it. $500 billion worth of bloodshed and war. 4,000 American soldiers, over 1 million Iraqis killed because of this arrogant, blatant invasion of a sovereign country that never threatened us. It's time this war ends. It's over 5 years old. It should never have started. Stop the war! Stop the war now! Stop the war! Stop the war now! Stop the war! Stop the war!
They do not
His turn's almost over.
paradise.
Doesn't matter.
With the draconian laws that have been passed by the Congress, George Bush declared anybody an enemy combatant, whether they're guilty of anything or not, and have them hauled away, imprisoned, without due process, without habeas corpus, without a lawyer, and torture them. After all, he's now known as the torture president. You think, oh, that'll never happen to me. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm not a terrorist. But these kind of things, they don't happen all at once. It happens slowly. The erosion of our rights, the loss of freedoms. Pretty soon they can define anybody as anything. So we must stand up for those who have no voice anymore, those being detained illegally and tortured. Murder and torture, we say no. Close down Guantanamo. Murder and torture, we say no. Close down Guantanamo. Murder and torture, we say no. Close down Guantanamo. Murder and torture, we say no. Close down Guantanamo. Murder and torture, we say no. Close down Guantanamo. Murder and torture, we say no. Close down Guantanamo. Murder and torture, we say no. Close down Guantanamo. Murder and torture, we say no. Close down Guantanamo. Murder and torture, we say no. Close down Guantanamo. Murder and torture, we say no. Close down Guantanamo. Murder and torture, we say no. Close down Guantanamo. Murder and torture, we say no. Close down Guantanamo.
Hi, Joe.
Hey there, Richard.
How are you today?
Well, I'm trying to spread peace and justice
Joe,
and document it.
Joe, whenever the warmongers tell me that we're a dying breed, I tell them, well, you better guys look at the mirror and drink the coffee black straight, y'all.
Stop the war in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Joe, I always tell them, like, well, you better look at the mirror and drink the coffee black, y'all, and open your eyes, see what's going down, y'all.
Instead of drinking the Kool-Aid.
Out of Iraq, bring them back. Troops home now. Out of Iraq, bring them back. Troops home now. Out of Iraq, bring them back. Troops home now. Out of Iraq, bring them back. Troops home now. Out of Iraq, bring them back. Troops home now. Out of Iraq, bring them back. Troops home now. Out of Iraq, bring them back. Troops home now. Out of Iraq, bring them back. Troops home now. Out of Iraq, bring them back. Troops home now. Out of Iraq, bring them back. Troops home now. Out of Iraq, bring them back. Troops home now. Out of Iraq, bring them back.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you guys for peace?
Yeah.
All right, good, good.